Hey everybody, it's Tarina. How are you guys today? I have a fun project for you. We're going to be using the grilling meat softly. You read that right, grilling meat softly. And this is called, where's the words? Uh, Hot off the grill transfers. We're going to make an apron. It's Father's Day coming up, and to me that says aprons. And all of my boys are big barbecuers just like their dad. And so I thought it would be fun to make a couple of aprons for the boys as Father's Day's gifts, and maybe even one for my husband. He's got a few that I've made over the years. So let me flip you guys around. But in the comment, put barbecue. And I can send you the project info on this one. And let me know how you love it. All right. Let me flip you guys around here real quick. All right. So let's see. This is just a plain white apron. I know people are like, a white apron with grilling? Yes, it washes. It washes. It's fine. All right. So let me. How are you guys today? I'm actually really excited about this project. I'm using our uh, ink mat. So this particular apron has a small double pocket, and so I thought that would be good for the words grilling meat. And so I'm also just using red and black. My husband has very traditional um, uh, tools for barbecuing and stuff. Very traditional colors. We didn't venture fancy. So let me just put this up here. I do maybe even want to add something up here, maybe that barbecue on there. But for now, I'm going to start with the words and then we'll go from there. Let me put that down. How are you guys today? Let's center that. Let's see. That looks pretty good. Make sure that's down nice and tight. So I'm going to do black, red, and black. Okay. I think that's what we'll do. Um, let's start with the red just for the heck of it. Just gonna smooth that on. It seems to be like barbecue season. Started with Memorial Day. Around here all year long is barbecue. My husband will barbecue all year long. So to us where we live, it doesn't have to be nice and warm, although we have pleasant weather almost all year long. I'm gonna do the sides here too. These little doo-woppies. Okay, put that to the side. Get the black. What's your favorite thing to have grilled? Anything in particular? I like the old fashioned hamburgers and hot dogs. I'm not a My husband loves to barbecue all sorts of things. He also has a smoker, but he loves to use the grill. He has a couple grills and he's got his smoker and he likes to do all that stuff. I saw my son, we were talking to him and his my son and his son and his wife the other day. And my son was wearing an apron that had nothing on it. And I said, dude, you need to send that to me or bring it to me so I can fancy it up. And he goes, Mom, if you fancy it up, I won't wear it because I'll be afraid to get it dirty. And I'm like, then I'll make you a new one. He's funny. Okay, that looks pretty good. Put that down. I did feel that I got some ink on my hand, so I'm gonna make sure I wash that off before I go forward. I'm gonna pull that up. Go back over. So tell me what your favorite barbecue thing to do, to make. That looks so cool. That looks really cool. All right, let's move that ink so I don't get it all over me because you know I will do that. But I need to pull that ink mat off. Look at that. Set that aside real quick. We're going to get my heat tool and dry that. I'm going to put this little heat mat underneath. It's kind of like an ironing board mat, but it protects. Okay, now I'm going to get my heat tool. I'm just going to dry this just so that it's not sopping wet. Just takes a few seconds. I'm going to get some parchment paper, put over that, and then grab my Cricut Easy Press. And we're going to do that 350 for 30 seconds. Go back and forth. Again, put barbecue in the comments, BBQ, if you want the project info. I'm going to be using these transfers a couple times to kind of carry the theme of like the barbecue, because I think they're so cute. Okay. Perfect. All right. So now I'm going to put this away. I'm going to grab a bigger ink mat. And I'm going to start in the middle. I'm just kind of going off the center seam right here. And then I'm going to pull out that hot off the grill transfer. Let's find the center of that so we can kind of line that up. I just put a little crease. Doesn't hurt it at all. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but we don't have to fuzz the transfer when it's on fabric for the first time. lined up with that pocket. Try doing, I want to see how this works. Sometimes when you use a transfer and maybe I'll find my other. Sometimes when you use a paintbrush, you have a little more control. So let's try that. I did a project the other day and I tried this and it worked out great. I um, think my brushes need to be a little stiffer. But I do feel like I've got more control. So we're just going to keep going. All the bottoms are going to be black. We kind of test it out. All the bottoms are black. And I'll do the lids red. Now you could do all black if you wanted to. That's totally up to you. I'm just making sure I get all of this green inked. The nice thing about doing ink is you don't have to hurry. It's not like a rush because it's not going to dry and lift out with the screen like paste. It's a little more forgiving. But on the other side, it is permanent. So if you go over and you get it on the fabric, it is ink. Okay. Now to this side. And again, if you want to do green or yellow or orange, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever color, silver, that is your prerogative. It is your project. And like I said, it does take a little extra to do different colors, but I think it's so worth it. And I think I'm gonna make a towel to match. He always has like towels out by the grill. Did you barbecue this weekend? This week? I think we barbecue at least once a week. But with Memorial Day just happening, I'm sure a lot of people barbecued. Okay. Okay. That's the top. Let me go on to the bottom or the tops of each of these. Grab another paintbrush. So I don't bore you. Edge. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. If you don't use it for a little bit, it likes to shut off. It'll tell you. Like I said, I'm using a little paintbrush because I feel like I have a lot more control. Not that I don't love my squeegees, because trust me, I do. See, I got a bubble. No, that looks great. Great. What do you think so far? I think what I'll do is I'll pause the video and come back after I do the bottom, because you'll just be sitting through a lot of the same stuff. And I don't want that. Just finish these up. Last couple ones. Right. Almost. I haven't decided if I want to add like an extra one on the ends. My suggestion, though, if I end up doing that, I'll probably wash the screen and come back and add that in. Just because I'm dealing with a white apron. All right. Give me just a second and we'll be right back. All right, let's pull this up. We're going to pull slowly because if we missed anywhere, we're just going to go back and just go over the areas that we just missed. I've got a little red in that. That's okay. Let me wash that up fast. All right, I'm going to pull this up. Kind of think it looks cool. I love it. What do you guys think? All right, let's get the heat tool out and we're going to dry this just a little bit. You just don't want it sopping wet when you go to heat press it. Let's pull out the ink mat. And then I'm going to put, this is probably going to take a couple of times, different areas to heat set it. Probably 2 times. I grab my parchment paper. Put that over that. 30 seconds. You can see, I don't know if you can see, but I can see where it's kind of like the ink is a little wetter in some areas. Still want it to be wet. All right. Okay, and then we're going to move that over. Do the same thing. And that little heat mat that I use underneath is like an ironing board, and I got it with my Cricut Easy Press. So if you don't have a Cricut Easy Press, I would suggest getting one of those little pads. A little ink on that one. Move that around because I don't want it to get on the apron. can see that, but there's a little ink on the parchment paper, so I'll go get a new piece to set the rest. All right. Yeah, that's good. So cool. Okay, you guys. I paused real quick and I showed Kurt, and I asked him, "Do you think it needs? Move this down. Do you think it needs anything up here?" And he goes, "It's a very busy. It's a very busy apron." And he goes, "I always wipe my hands at the top." And I asked him, "What about the sides? Does it need more?" He goes, "No, I think it's fine. I think it's great." And so I love it. So I'll take a picture of him in it. But he wants me to leave this. He wants me to leave this blank. And yeah, so there you go. You guys, what do you think? I hope you love it. So cute. Turned out so great. Just put barbecue in the comments and I will send you the project info. This has been Tarina with Create with Tree. That's me. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.